Let's talk about how much of a pain it is whenever you have a dog that likes to go out every 15 minutes. And if you don't have a fenced-in backyard, it's even worse. You got to constantly put their leash on and take their leash off. In the RV space, it can be even more challenging because you have to find something that you can easily put up and easily take down whenever you're moving. I found a dog fence that worked for me. It took me only about 15 to 20 minutes to assemble it, and it's super affordable. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys today. For this project, I chose to go with Gardner's Pet Playpen Fenced. I used a blend of two different fence heights. I chose the 24-inch as well as the 32-inch. It's a really good quality fence that has some really good features to it, and they're constantly running sales for it on Amazon. I'll make sure to post the links to the products that I chose in the comments below. Now let me tell you why I decided to go with the 24-inch as well as the 32-inch. There's a lot of people that can quite honestly get away with the 32-inch depending on the size of your dog. If you have a bigger dog, you don't have to worry it because the dog can't fit through the steps that you can see in the video that I have here. However, I have two very small dogs, and if I just butt two 32-inch size fence panels up to the side of the steps, the dogs will immediately walk through the steps and out the back. So what I decided to do was take a 24-inch size fence. I needed a total of a 26-inch clearance. So I did 24-inch fence panels, a total of 8 of them, along the back side and underneath the steps. That way my dogs couldn't get out if they decided to walk through the step. And then what I did for the rest of the fence, I installed a total of 16 32-inch panels. It's really a good height. That way if anybody else was visiting that had larger dogs, they could put their dog inside the fence and they don't have to worry about their dog getting out as well. So let me bring you back to what I'm doing in the video right now. Right now, I'm laying down all 8 of the 24-inch panels on their sides, and I'm connecting them with the connection rod that comes in the package. The reason I'm doing this is because you can't stand the fence panels up on their side and stick that rod in because technically it's underneath the RV and behind the steps. So what I did was I connected all 8 of them on their side. In just a second here, you're going to see how I lifted all 8 of them up at once, and then I start connecting the 36-inch panels to it. So here's where I make the connection from the 32-inch panel to the 24-inch panel. Now, yes, the one thing that you might be asking is, does the 32-inch panel have a 32-inch rod and the 24-inch panel have a 24-inch rod? You're right, they do. But the way that they designed the little coupling on the side of it makes it so that it's easy to connect multiple size panels with one another. It doesn't matter if you use the 24-inch rod or if you use the 32-inch rod, they will still connect together. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest of the process so I can take you to the end where I really show you by zooming in to how some of these other forms and features work on these Gardner panels. Once again, the project only took me about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's only because it took me a little bit of time figuring out how to do the 24-inch panels underneath the RV. You can see I'm going back and I'm making some tweaks and adjustments just simply to make sure that it was symmetrical and looked pretty from the outside. But overall, super easy to project. Now let's take a closer look at the panels and the gate so I can show you exactly how they work. A couple things I did want to point out about these Gardner playpens is 2 things that I really like about them are these stakes that easily slide up and in and out. I think you might have seen it whenever I was putting it together. These stakes also allow you to drive them into the ground a little bit, so you can see that there's a little bit of flexibility right now in it. We probably don't need to stake it, but just for an extra precaution, you can just simply push down on them all the way around it, and that'll make it a little bit more secure so that it won't tip over during a heavy wind. And then also these latches that give you the access to the gate, real easy. You just simply push up, swings open nice and neat, and then it also locks back down. The other thing that my wife really appreciated about this particular gate is how far the gate actually comes down to the ground, where some of them, they stop probably about 4 to 6 inches off the ground, but that also could be a potential trip hazard for somebody as they're walking through it. Some people feel that that 4 to 6 inches is a little bit more secure if you have smaller dogs, but as you can see with this fence, it's 100% secure. There's only maybe about a ½ inch to a ¼ gap through this gate at the bottom, and we have 2 little small dogs that absolutely are not going to get out of this. So really like the product, so I'd give it 2 thumbs up for sure.